As you mapped out the bullpen game, like what went into starting with Brasier? Obviously, he did that in Game 4 for you guys.
I think with Brage, we feel he's pretty neutral. He's done it, numerous times, and it's essentially deploying whatever guys we have in the pen today. But I plan on using a lot of them today. But I think with Brage, it's just more that he's done it, and we feel he's neutral.
How does Knack fit into the plan for today?
He's in there. He's in there. I don't know when I'm going to run him out there, but he's definitely in there. And, my expectation is that he's going to take down most of the outs today.
And with Freddie, is he in there today?
He's in there today.
Kirsten.
Dave, I know yesterday a lot of the conversation was about just not kind of taking their foot off the gas. Obviously, we saw what they were able to do. How important is it, though, just to carry that into a new day and into today's game?
It's very important. Obviously, I think getting back after it, a day game after night game, I think that's good for us. I thought that we were really good early offensively. Jack certainly set the tone. We did some little things well, and we added on late. Manai is a different pitcher than we've seen in the past, dropping his arm angle, and so it's a different kind of look. Kind of liking him to a little Chris Sale-ish, but he's going to compete. We got our work cut out for us, and we got to take good at bats. And if we can stress them and make them go to their pen, then it's going to bode really well for us.
Go to the second row on the right.
Hey, Dave. Obviously, every series is different, but with these bullpen sessions that you guys are, putting out there, what have you learned from the last series that you can pretty much add to with this series as far as learning and being able to be effective and get the win that you're looking for?
I think what we learned from last series is, there's a lot of capable guys in the pen. They're very confident right now, and so for me, certainly in a longer series that you can use these guys whenever you feel, the level of trust is as high as it's ever been. I think it's working both ways.
Go to Jack on the left side, third row.
How's Gavin doing today?
Gavin's doing okay. He'll be available off the bench in a big spot to pinch hit. I don't see him coming in to play defense. Very fortunate that we have an off day tomorrow, and we'll kind of see how game three plays out.
And then when you just look at what the lineup's done so far this postseason, I mean, what's standing out to you about that's leading to just what seems like a higher level of execution than you guys have had the last couple Octobers?
I think, I think we're taking better at bats. The execution part of it is huge. I think that obviously having guys that I feel that we can play small ball or do some things with is certainly helpful. We're stealing bases when we need to. I just like the ability to be able to get a hit. Case in point, Max yesterday, where typically there's a big swing in there, but for him to downshift and get a 2-out knock, I thought was the hit of the game. And so just kind of what Tommy did, Shohei to kind of check down to get a base hit. That right there is huge for our guys, and still with the potential to slug. But, yeah, you have players, and they're playing good baseball.
We'll go to JP in the front.
Hey, Dave, with Ben Kasperius, hasn't had a long track record of major league success, but he's been good when he's been out there. I'm just wondering how you approach the usage in a series like this for a pitcher like that.
Well, with Ben, it was trying to find an opportunity to kind of cut his teeth. And so, when it was 6-0, I wanted to still shorten the game, and I used Hudson and didn't want to use any other leverage guys. And so I felt certainly I was going to run him out there at 6-0 in the ninth, but tacking on more was even better. But I think that even, for Landon, what we did in San Diego to get him a playoff inning, I thought it's still different in the postseason. And so what we did with Ben, I felt good about that, and just kind of allowing for him to build a little confidence going forward in this series. Henriquez has already pitched in the postseason. Knack checked a box. So, Honeywell's a guy that's on our roster, but he's an older guy, so I feel good with him. But I think with Ben, it was just trying to cut his teeth and get him involved.
Go to Barry in the front.
Hey, Doc, so what went into your thinking, you guys thinking about having the bullpen game today rather than the next one at Citi Field? And I mean, you could have probably pitched Buehler on regular rest today, right?
We could have. I think that just appreciating the fact that we had an off day coming into this series. We have an off day tomorrow. Like Walker on the road. And if Knack is going to take down a lot of the outs, having him pitch here, makes sense. So there's a lot going into that, yeah.
A few more for Dave. We got Tim straight back towards the middle row. Get you a mic, Tim. 1 second.
Why do you like Walker on the road?
Experience. He's done it. I think maybe his first one as a rookie in Atlanta wasn't great, and then as he's gotten more experience, he's done it, and so that's kind of for us it was a no-brainer, and obviously having him available later in the series if it's needed as well.
And given the kind of uneven season that he had, but that experience, as you said, can a guy like that lock in or take it to a different level this month when he maybe didn't have the best season?
Absolutely. I think he's showing that. His last 4 outings have been his best by far. This is a guy that's coming off surgery. So the year, after a surgery, there's an adjustment period, kind of trying to get the feel and really kind of get your feet back and understanding who you are as a pitcher coming out of surgery. So now we're on the back end of that year removed from surgery. So, I talked to Walker yesterday, and he's obviously, never lacks for confidence, but he's in a good place physically, and certainly, he lives for big moments. And, what better way to, change the bad taste that you had in a regular season for him to have a dominant postseason, and he's on a heater right now.
Go to Mike about halfway back on the left.
Dave, did you see a different Walker after he gave up the 6 in San Diego last week? Mentally, especially.
Excuse me?
Mentally, especially.
I did. I think that certainly it's about results. We didn't play good defense behind him. I was very pleased to see that he came out of that outing knowing that he was throwing the baseball really well. He kept us in the ball game, gave us 2 huge innings in innings 4 and 5. Felt that he could have went 7 shutout if we'd have made some plays behind him. So I like hearing that from him. And again, the results are the results, but the way he was throwing the baseball, the confidence that he had, and that's something for me. He's taken confidence from that outing, and that's a good thing because that's what I saw from him that night.
Shy, third row on the right.
Dave, as you were watching Freddie Freeman score on that Muncie hit in the first inning there, so I'm wondering how you were running through your mind, a guy pushing himself to the limit to do so for his team versus how you consider maybe needing to protect a guy from damaging himself further. How do you weigh that as you're watching that play out?
I was watching his gait, and he actually, it's when you're running straight ahead, and obviously he's running a bases, but his gait looked good. Yes, the face didn't look great, probably, but his gait looked good. So I think that when you're in control, that's something that I think you can manage. And then when you have to stop or start real quick, that's what scares me. Thank goodness Mookie was there to save him. But I thought the gate was fine. So I wasn't really worried about that moment. What you're worried about is after the fact, the stress, how he comes out of it. So for me, a play that's like an awkward, the other night he had a play that was kind of up the line. He had a leap to catch it on a double play ball, I think. Those things kind of scare me. But when you're in control, I was totally fine with it, yeah.
And in terms of the impact on his teammates of seeing him put that kind of effort forward, how would you describe what that does for a group of players, for a clubhouse?
It's everything. I think we all believe that if you sacrifice something, then it means more. And so he's sacrificing his body right now. He's doing a lot that people don't know about to stay on the field. And so when he's doing that, it means more to him. When people see him doing that, it means more to them. So there's a big sacrifice going on, and not much is more you can sacrifice than your body, right?
We have one more for Dave. No? All right, thanks, Doc. We'll see
All
you
right,
post-game.
thanks, guys. Yep.